Hello and welcome back to some more math with Miss Pellegrino. In this video, we're going to be looking at basic division with remainders. So we'll do a little bit of review about what is division, what are remainders, and what are the steps we can take to find them. So let's take a look at a quick example to review. This is 12 divided by 3. So as a reminder, when we're looking at division, we know that this is splitting something into equal-sized groups. So in this case, I have 12 of something, and I want to split it into 3 equal-sized groups. So I can think about it with a picture. I could say, well, I need 3 groups, and I want each group to have the same number in it. So I'm going to pass out those 12 into my 3 groups by doing one at a time. So here's 1 in each group. I've passed out 3. Here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've passed out 12 items into my 3 groups. Each group has the same number. Each group has 4, so I'd say, well, 12 divided by 3 is 4. I can also look at division as the inverse or opposite of multiplication. So instead of looking at it as 12 divided by 3 equals something, I can rewrite that problem for multiplication. I could say something times 3 equals 12. And if I know my multiplication facts, I could say, okay, well, how many 3's does it take to make 12? And I could skip count 3, 6, 9, 12, and say, well, it takes 4 3's to make 12. One other way you might see this type of division problem written is with long division format. So in long division format, I'm going to grab another color here to make it more obvious. For long division format, the dividend, or your first number, this number here, the number that we're dividing, will go in the middle of one of these boxes. Our divisor, or the number we're dividing by, our number of groups, goes on the outside of that box. It's written like this. 3 goes into 12, or 12 divided by 3. So I'd say, okay, well, 12 divided by 3 is what? Or 3 goes into 12 how many times? Again, my answer is still going to be 4. My answer, or my quotient, would go on the top of that box. So it's the same numbers, they're just written a little bit differently. So keep that in mind because we're going to see a lot of this format today. Let's do a couple examples. This problem says 15 divided by 4. So let's look at how we could solve this. I could use my inverse operations and think about it with multiplication. I could say, well, something times 4 equals 15. But I'm running into a problem here because I can try to skip count by 4's to reach 15, and I go 4, 8, 12, 16. I didn't hit 15. So in this problem, we're not going to have a perfect division. It's going to divide unevenly. We're going to have something left over. That leftover is our remainder. So I can look at it with a picture instead, where I have 4 groups, and I'm dividing 15 up into those 4 groups. So I'm going to start passing them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if I start to pass out more, 13, 14, 15, so I can't pass out 4 to each group. I can only pass out 3 because the groups have to stay the same size. So I can give each group 3, meaning I've passed out 3, 6, 9, 12. I had 15, which means that I now have 3 pieces left over. So I'd say, okay, well, I have 3 left over. So to write my answer, I'd look and say, okay, well, how many pieces do I have per group? I have 3 pieces in each group. So my quotient is 3. And I had some left over. I had 3 remaining. So I could say 3 with the remainder of 3 is my answer. Another way to look at these sorts of problems is using our long division format. So let's try that with this problem here. I have 42 divided by 5. Now in this problem, drawing a picture and passing out 42 items among 5 groups It's doable, but it's going to take me a while. So I'm going to show you guys another method for solving this problem. First, I want to start by writing it in long division format. So I'm going to put my dividend, the number being divided, in the middle. So my dividend's in the middle of the box. My divisor goes on the outside of the box. And now I can divide. So in this way, we're going to ask ourselves, okay, well, how many times can 5 go into 42 without going over? So I'm going to skip count by 5s and see how close can I get to 42 without going over. This is your divide step. So let's divide. Skip counting by 5. I count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So I just counted 8 5s. So I say, okay, well, 5 can fit in 42 8 times, because if I went for 9, I would count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I've now gone over, so I have to stay at 8 5s. So I divided. Next, I'm going to multiply. I'm going to say, okay, well, obviously I didn't get to 42, but where did I stop? I did 8 times 5, and I got 40. So I stopped at 40, so 40 gets written down below. Next, I'm going to subtract. I want to know how much I have left over at the end of all this. I started with 42. I used up 40 of it. So to find my leftovers, I need to subtract. 2 minus 0 is 2, 4 minus 4 is 0. So I have 2 left over. Anything left over becomes my remainder. So I would say that 42 divided by 5 is 8 with a remainder of 2. We have one more example here. This example I want you to try on your own. So go ahead and pause this video, and you can use a picture or your long division method to solve this problem. So take a moment to try it out. All right, now let's see if you guys got it right. I have 10 divided by 3, so I could solve this in one of two ways. I could use a picture. I could say, okay, well, I have 3 groups, so I could draw 3 groups. I have 10, so I could start passing out 10 into my 3 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have one more piece to make 10, but I can't put one piece into just one of these groups because then the groups won't be even. So that last one is my leftover. So I could say, well, there's 3 in each group. There's 1 piece left over, so my remainder is 1. You could have also chosen to do this with the long division format, where you could have written 10 on the inside and put your 3 on the outside of your box. You could have said, okay, 3 goes into 10 how many times? You could skip count and say, well, 3, 6, 9, 3 times. You could multiply and say, did I get to 10? No, I got 3 groups of 3, which would make 9. I can subtract. 10 minus 9 is 1. And that 1 is my leftover or my remainder. Whichever method you used will get you the correct answer. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching, everyone. Go ahead and try it on your own now. Good luck, and we'll see you next time.